I lived at Franklin Arms from 2016 to 2024. And when I originally moved there, what drew me to coming there was that the neighborhood had kind of like a New York vibe, but also more of a community family vibe.
The Washington Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights started working with the Franklin Arms apartment building back in 2022 or 2023. Tenants there were reporting a lot of significant housing concerns that were affecting health, affecting livability in their apartments.
Some of the other residents had issues pertaining to mold in their units that had been like I guess bleach sprayed over or painted over, but not actually remedied. Some of them were actually complaining about respiratory issues, including their children. We have folks who complained that their water was like brown, sometimes it looked like coffee colored, it was coming out of the faucets. We had a gas leak that had essentially grown, and we were like one lighter flick or turning on a stove away from this building, apparently, blowing up.
We had falling plaster coming down from people's ceilings into their beds, into their bathrooms, into their showers. Some of our clients had rats or mice or cockroaches just rampant throughout their apartments. There was no elevator for almost a year. The elevator doors would sometimes open and there'd be no elevator there. So people could, were in danger of falling into the elevator shaft. Some of our clients had no heat, no hot water, intermittent hot water. There were exposed wires, there were exposed pipes that were too hot and were burning people.
Tenants at the Franklin Arms building had been dealing with these housing conditions issues for years. The landlord would come out, maybe do some repairs, oftentimes say, we'll come back and do some of these repairs. And nothing was being done to really deal with the root of these issues.
During the COVID pandemic, the tenants became very close to one another, and they really looked out for one another, and they became a family. And so many of the tenants had extremely deep ties to others in the building and did not want to leave. And that's really, I think, how the tenant association came to be formed and become powerful, and really reached out to Washington Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights to try to change their situation because they did not want to leave the building. They really wanted to stay in place. So it was very, very important to us and to our clients that we try to resolve the case successfully and quickly to improve the housing conditions in the building for all of the tenants. So we followed a double track. We litigated very aggressively while we also were attempting to mediate and settle the case. And ultimately we were successful.
It is important for our community to understand that the legal support and organizing go hand in hand. You cannot depend on specifically just legal support to get you through, to get you liberation. It does require you to have to organize, to work with your community, and for your community and our legal partners to build a relationship. And I believe that that is where we'll start to talk about how law and things start to update and change and transition.